You know what's not worthwhile? Problem Child 2,
Uh,
which also came out this month.
Is that a segue? That sounds like a
That was a
segue.
segue.
I don't know. I feel like Problem Child 2 was a good movie. I liked it. When I was a kid, yeah.
We discussed the first one. How do you feel it compares to the first one?
I don't really. I think
I've only seen the second one.
I think I've seen the second one more than the first one, so like I have more of a like nostalgia and attachment to the second one. But
This movie. At least the first one had Michael Richards. That was the one memorable part. This one has nothing. Oh, Junior falls in love in this one, I think. There's a little girl who's another problem child.
Have you seen it?
it was like when I was a kid.
Okay.
I stopped caring about that movie when I saw better content. Like I emptied the trash file.
Yeah, let's move on.
Don't worry. There's a better sequel that came out this month. And I think it's probably the biggest box office juggernaut of the year, which was Terminator 2.
Pretty sure it is.
One
One of the first
I
ones.
just rewatched this about 2 weeks ago. Still holds up, but I still think I like the original a tad better because I think there's a bit of a lull in the middle when they get to Mexico.
I get it. It was maybe the first rated R film I ever saw. And I saw it on TV, but
yeah,
just the part
So
where
it was PG-13.
Yeah, I mean it was edited. Actually, I don't know. It was edited for TV. I'm pretty sure it was on the movie channel because the gore was in it. I've seen it. It cuts out like when the knife goes through the stepfather's head. That's my favorite part. That was probably the most shocking thing I'd seen at that point. So it warped me as a child for sure.
Wait, in what movie?
Terminator 2.
Terminator 2.
T2.
You know, I feel like that's the one that I didn't see.
Oh,
Which
boy.
funny 'cause when I was a kid, I collected. They had these trading cards
Yeah.
that I collected, but I never saw the movie.
Oh boy, you're in for a treat.
Yeah.
We're gonna show that to you.
Okay.
The effects are still revolutionary. They still hold up beautifully, no matter what restoration you watch it on. I would love to have gone into this cold because obviously, by the time I watched it, it had already been spoiled what role Arnold has and the subsequent sequels if you go back. So they even play it as a surprise in the movie where you think he might be adversarial trying to kill John Connor, and it turns out he's his protector.
Right.
So he flips that on its head. Brilliant.
I was too young to realize it was a sequel, so I'm coming into it like this is a movie, and she's been. I think they laid it out well enough that she's scared of the original Terminator. That you're like, oh well, he's not a bad guy anymore. So it was still a surprise for me, not even knowing there was a first film. And then when my parents were like, yeah, he was the villain in the first one, I was like, what? How? Oh, that's why she was so crazy.
Another thing that's popularized that's in about the 2000s, they started appropriating this, that very aquamarine cyan filter for action movies to give everything this cold, steely look.
Yeah.
It happens throughout the whole movie, except it's a good contrast for later when they get to the refinery, where it's all sparks and orange flares and stuff like that. The color palette in the movie is amazing too.
Yeah.
My only experience other than the trading cards with Terminator 2 was the Terminator 4D ride at Universal with the 3D glasses.
Yeah.
I think Terminator 2 like started my my love for like James Cameron movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like
I definitely saw this before I saw Aliens.
Mm-hmm, me too.
Yeah, no, this was would have been the first one that I'd seen. Then I eventually saw. I don't remember. I think I saw. It had to have been. No, it had to have been The Abyss. Then I saw Aliens,
Mm-hmm.
and then
I think I saw it in that same order.
I mean, as a kid, I didn't care much for the luddy-duddy, romance stuff in Titanic, but it was still a good movie.
I appreciate it better now. I still like the first tape better.
Yeah, the first tape. Oh,
or no, the second tape. The second tape.
Oh,
the action.
Second. Yeah.
We all know what the first tape was for.
No, that was just porn for
I
women.
did see Terminator 2 when I was 6 for sure. So This definitely set the bar high for action films.
Oh,
And that's why I think I like it more than the first one, but I think they're both about the same in my book. Now that I've seen them both a couple times. I mean, I've seen Terminator 2 maybe 20, 30 times.
amateur.
I've seen it a lot. I feel like I've seen
I have not.
Yeah, we gotta watch it.
We
Yes.
gotta change that. This is crazy.
Yeah, we gotta watch it.
One day I want to just go through all of the Terminator movies, including the most recent ones.
Sorry.
3.
We could stop at 2. Like, the
I
rest
still
of-
like Claire Danes.
I have a soft spot for 3.
I saw 3 again recently, and it was actually fine. Yeah, there's nothing that bad.
I saw 1. I saw 3. I saw. I think I see every other one.
The fourth was the worst. So
I missed Genesis.
That was 5.
I saw Salvation. What was
That was 4.
That was 4. Okay, so I saw 1. I saw 3. I saw Salvation, which was 4, and then
You haven't seen 5 or 6.
I think that was it. Actually,
Okay.
Oh yeah, is there a 6?
Yeah, Dark Fate is 6.
Yeah, I never saw 6. It's like completely erased from my memory.
It's terrible.
Yeah,
it faced a dark fate in your mind.
yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see what they do with the Terminator series after Arnold Schwarzenegger's,
They should just end it now. It's
They
done.
should have ended 3 movies ago.
But,
Yeah, it's like they should have ended it when he was governor.
That's
I mean,
that was
they
03.
tried to with 4.
Then he wasn't governor anymore, so they brought it back.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well,
You
another
got
milestone action movie
Passion, which is
came out.
playing a killer robot.
Speaking of Fast and Furious, the movie that was the predecessor to Fast and Furious, and Fast and Furious kind of stole the template for, Point Break came out,
oh yes,
which is basically
Have you
Fast
seen
and
it
Furious with surfboards. One of the first, might be the first Catherine Bigelow movie I saw before Near Dark.
Never saw Point Break.
Never saw it. You've seen the memes though.
The only my interaction with Point Break was the reference that Robert Downey Jr. makes in the first Avengers movie when he calls Thor. He's just like, "Hey, what's up, Point Break?" or whatever. That's
Yeah.
it. That's my
because he looks like a surfer.
that's my
It's
interaction.
better than the plot
Break.
description would have you believe.
Yeah, it's actually surprisingly good.
It is. It is.
President good for a bad movie.
It seems like a
Oh
bad.
no.
When you're going into it, it's like this is kind of schlocky, but there's some stuff other films, Baby Driver, have stolen from it.
Yeah, the premise is far fetched, but
See that?
the action is very stylish. Catherine Bigelow has a really good handle on the choreography of stuff. Keanu Reeves isn't playing his stereotypical himbo that he would be associated with.
I don't know.
And I think actually Gary Busey's actually really good as his partner.
Oh yeah.
I feel like the best car movie of all time,
Bullet.
Blues Brothers.
Oh,
That's the best car chase.
yeah.
Crash.
Car chases. Point Break.
Bullet is probably the best car movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, Point Break, surprisingly good despite its campy reputation. I think this was like Harrison Ford's first time trying to vie for an Oscar is regarding Henry.
Witness had the buzz.
Right.
I don't think he got a nomination, if I remember correctly. But then regarding Henry, he was probably going for it.
Written by J.J. Abrams.
His first credit.
It's actually directed by Mike Nichols, who you wouldn't associate with something this schmaltzy. But I think Harrison Ford's performance outshines the movie itself. The movie itself is very corny.
It's
Agreed.
one of my mom's favorite Harrison Ford performances.
Yeah, no, he's legitimately good in the movie.
She likes that kind of stuff, though. So
Yeah, the movie itself doesn't hold up. Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, another sequel. Actually, this movie, I think this is the best of the 3. in my opinion. I think it's got the most creative direction. So it's not a copy and paste redux of the first movie.
I agree with that. I watched them back to back with you just last year so that I
Right.
could see the third one. Still haven't gotten around to the third one,
Mm.
but it hasn't been available on anything, so I couldn't
Right.
get to it yet. It just fell off. But I feel like because I saw them this way as one big film, and it
Hmm.
doesn't miss a step at least if you
No.
watch them back to back. So I don't know if I like it better because I like the plot of the first one. I just
Right.
like the idea of what they do. I think it's good that they don't just do some more historical people,
Right.
you know. So I think it's a good idea, at the very least.
And the scene stealer in it, William Sadler as the Grim Reaper.
Hmm.
He's terrific. Because up until that point, he'd been associated with villain roles because of Die Hard 2 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, one of the weakest excuses for a comedy came out this month. Sad reunion for Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor. It's called Another
Oh,
View. The last film they ever did together. Richard Pryor is visibly ill during most of the film.
Oh, that sucks.
Uh, I tried to rewatch it again just to see if my memory was tainted, but it's an awful movie. I think they only did it just for like reunion's sake. Like, hey, let's do one more before I can't do anymore, before I get too sick. But the script is atrocious.
Mm.
Um, Actually, an underrated Mel Brooks movie, which isn't a spoof. Life Stinks came out this month.
that's not a spoof.
No, it's
Huh.
kind of a spoof of Preston Sturges movies, but no movie in particular.
Okay.
But it has a lot of the stuff that you would associate with Mel Brooks. There's a musical number, there's a song and dance number. There's a lot of slapstick, a lot of screwball comedy, but there's some social relevance too about the homeless epidemic. But it doesn't bog the movie down. And it's actually probably in terms of the movies where he cast himself as the lead, I think this might be his best. And it still got that Mel Brooks timing to it. This is before he did like Robin Hood Men in Tights, Dracula Dead and Loving It, where he was trying to do spoofs, but he didn't do it in the scope or the manner of which the movie that he's trying to spoof, kind of like Young Frankenstein did.
Or Spaceballs.
Yeah, which is
Spaceballs
probably the
goes off of
problem.
Star Wars stuff and goes into other sci-fi,
Yeah.
which is nice. Robin Hood could have gone into other.
He could have made it look like an Errol Flynn movie, but he didn't.
You do Camelot. You do I don't know what other.
High Anxiety, he was doing Hitchcock.
Right. There's plenty to cull from that.
Right. Mobsters came out, which is basically just Young Guns for for the Cosa Nostra. It's terrible to watch Patrick Dempsey, who looks like he's never seen a razor in his life, try to act hard boiled is hilarious. Young Guns is slightly better, but they're both insanely silly. This
Really?
one, this is just like a roll call for Dwight Schultz, all these other like gangsters that you've heard of in like this fantasy realm. Like, what if they were young? Played by a cast from Tiger Beat magazine. It's unintentionally funny. There was a franchise non-starter that came out this month for Kathleen Turner based on a series of books. V.I. Wachowski. Nobody remembers this. It's flaccid. It's not even a good role for her. She needs somebody like strong to bounce off of. I don't know if she can actually carry a movie on her own. Obviously, those movies with Michael Douglas, Romancing the Stone, Jewel of the Nile, and War of the Roses were held together because of their chemistry. I don't know if she had the chops to hold a movie together on her own, and especially not a movie this poorly directed or written.
Well, I mean, really directed or written, like you can't really do much, even if you do
No, One of the best spoof movies of all time came out this month. Hot Shots.
Oh,
Ah,
Speaking of spoof movies,
another
it's weird
movie I
because
saw.
Charlie Sheen got associated with spoof movies after this. And I think this is one of the. It's not even the Zucker brothers.
really?
We associate with this. It's like Pat Proft. They've worked together with the Zucker brothers, but it's not them. Jim Abrams. But I actually think the movie is really funny. I think it still holds up. It was before they started throwing out cultural references. Before they started throwing out cultural references to get laughs, just acknowledging certain movies. It's actually, yeah, it's got actually really good sight gags. And Lloyd Bridges, again, steals the movie, just like he did in Airplane. Now we're on the poster boy.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, Poster Boy. Jeff, you're up.
Oh God, no.
Get ready for this. All right, buddy.
Okay.
Now, there's
So
gonna
much
be a
blurred
couple
out.
of, non-smart here, Jeff. So it does not end with the title. I'm going to ask you who that is.
Who
so
that is? Okay.
if you could
Which one, on the hockey stick or holding the hockey stick?
Okay.
I don't
Listen,
know what we're all talking about.
stealing
Sorry.
my thunder. You
Okay.
had the last section. This is me. All right. So we got a white background with a fucking splotchy purple thing because Tristan blurred out the image.
Harold and the Purple Crayon went over there.
Right, Harold and the Purple Mush cover. A blank production. There's a guy in a tan Carhartt type jacket and a scarf holding a hockey stick, and tied to the hockey stick is someone sort of hog-tied like they would be brought to a tribal roast. And we're trying to see, they're hanging upside down. We're trying to see who that is.
Yeah, I didn't blur out their face because I don't think you're going to know
I
who it is.
can't make out the face, but it looks like Diane Keaton.
It is.
Yeah,
It's
you knew who it was. They're a kid at this point, so
Diane
like
Keaton
grown up, like
with
you recognize.
very small,
I've seen this.
short hair.
I don't
Now,
remember.
the
Andy
guy,
Hall isn't escaping this time.
I'm assuming the guy is either Tom Hanks or
good.
Colin. Fuck,
Hank?
what's his name? He used to host a late night show.
Ferguson?
No,
Colin Quinn?
Colin Quinn. It's either Tom Hanks or Colin Quinn.
I like those guesses. I'm going to have you guess what the film is first, though. Not the title, like the plot.
Canucks. I don't. Okay, some guy.
Yeah.
All right, it's like Field of Dreams but with hockey, and it's a guy that wants to. Like,
Mystery.
he was great at the game when he was a kid. He fucking sucks as an adult, and he's trying to like bring back his passion. So he picks up his youth hockey stick, and he's playing, and then some weird manager played by fake Diane Keaton sees him playing, and they're like, you've got some chops, blank person whose face I don't know.
Uh-huh.
And then from that point, he puts her through the ringer because he's really just a terrible individual. And he has to prove to her and the league that he's good enough to play at some point. And then it all falls apart. It all falls apart as they're falling in love.
Well, that would be good.
That's
but
my plot. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Are you trying to make the small boy into something he's not?
Is that a small boy? It looks like
That is a boy.
Yeah, that's a boy.
I don't know.
So you just
Okay, all right. Well, then hang on.
child, you pedophile.
No. All right, I'm gonna redo this then. It's a guy who's trying to get his stepson to play hockey because he was passionate about the sport as a child, and he wants his kid to be in on it. And the kid's just like this super proper prep school dork that doesn't want to do athleticism at all.
Or he's nodding.
Well, he's got the relationship right.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna move.
We need a scoring system. I need like a little thing popping up in the corner here.
I'll get it. I'll get you.
Okay, season 3.
You faked us out with that at the end of the year. You gotta actually do it this time.
Don't worry, I got something planned. So here is the tagline. I'm gonna open those both up at once.
They're the best of friends, and they have the scars to prove it.
Doesn't tell you anything.
Child abuse. That's
Oh,
what
horrible tagline.
So you got pretty close to the plot, right? I would say.
He got the relationship right, but not the plot.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell Jeff the plot? Because the next thing I want to ask is I blurred out a blank production because then I'd want you to guess who created this.
I won't say who the main actor is in this.
Right.
They are dating a woman whose son is that character down below. And he needs to come back for, I believe it's Thanksgiving. Either Thanksgiving or Christmas break. So they go cross country together.
Ah,
That's the plot.
that's it?
That's the plot.
It was like Planes, Trains, and
Is there
It's a road
There's also,
movie.
there's also a bit where like
is there hockey involved?
There is no hockey involved. That's
So that's a fucking red
That's
herring
legal.
right there.
Well, that's your red herring. You
hate
inserted something into the plot yourself.
The hockey stick's taking up half the poster. I thought it was about hockey.
no.
Right.
So
But yeah, no, like part of the plot is like this kid's an asshole because like
He is a prep school asshole, so he got that right.
yeah, he's a prep school asshole, but like his parents are divorced, which is why this guy that's carrying him is dating his mom, but he doesn't like him, so they're like that's making the road trip all kinds of screwy. But like the kid has this like severe like loyalty to his father, thinking his dad like his real dad's a decent guy, but he's a
It's
prick.
deadbeat.
So like there's a bit of like a story like about these two like coming together, and then the kid coming to a realization that like his dad's a prick, but then like this boyfriend type character like kind of
the Chevy Chase, if you will.
yeah, he also like bonds with this kid, and then by the end of the story puts the real dad in his place. Is like you need to be a good dad.
So he basically becomes the man of the house.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and to top it off, he's a blue collar guy going out with a white collar woman.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is she Farrah Fawcett?
Oh shit.
Thank you,
Go
Corey,
Beth Williams,
for
I
acknowledging this.
Okay.
So who would direct it?
What? Who directed?
Who do you think directed this?
That's not the director.
Arnold.
Oh, it's just a production?
He wrote it.
Okay.
All right. Hang on. Chris Columbus.
That's not far off.
No, but it's
I'll
wrong.
give you one more.
It starts with an A. I know that. I can't.
No, it's a blank production.
A blank. No, but there's. All right, fine. Mel Brooks. No, not Mel Brooks.
You already had a movie this month.
I don't even.
That too.
Sidney Poitier.
No.
His follow-up to Ghost Town.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I'm
I feel like
taking
this.
you
I feel like this is like
cross-country.
no. Honest to God, I feel like this is like a Harold Ramis production, or somewhere in that.
I've forgotten Harold Ramis. You were closer with Chris Columbus.
Yes.
John Hughes, of course.
Who wrote this? So when Tristan said planes, trains, and automobiles, I thought that was gonna tip it off.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I didn't even think of that when I said it.
Okay.
Fail.
So
What's
You're never getting this title.
You're never gonna get the title. It's similar to that Sly Stallone poster we gave you. Where
First thing was going to be Stepdad, but that's not the case.
It's a
The
prequel
Long
to
Road.
Step.
it's his name, right? I assume.
Yes.
Yeah. So this isn't really gonna do much, but I always
John Hughes is The Road.
What happens when you go out to dinner and both of you pay for your separate?
Going Dutch?
Yeah.
Okay, so that wasn't really going to be part of the game because it's like Oscar, you're never going to get it.
Okay.
But that's why I blurred out.
This is me with every poster boy. This is poster right now. It's just the
Yeah.
shrug.
It's not even a shrug. He's barely leaning. He's not even shrugging. I don't know
I
what
blurred out the face last so that you could have two more guesses besides obviously Colin Quinn and Tom Hanks.
Okay, Colin Quinn, Tom Hanks. Hang on.
I want to throw in a guess. But after that,
He's too tall and thin to be Billy Crystal. Mel Gibson would be my other guess.
Boy, if I was going by the hairline, I just said Bruce Willis.
Or Bruce Willis.
I thought Colin Quinn was a really good guess. But do you want to take one guess, Jimmy?
Or Dan Aykroyd.
I thought Jimmy saw this.
No, I did, but I want to say Ted Bundy.
You mean Al Bundy? Fuck.
Yeah.
God damn it. I almost had it.
I want to throw him off. Give him a
just
red on my own accord. God.
It is Ed O'Neill.
So angry. Jesus.
I know, right?
This is like gonna turn into a murder mystery. Like that guy clearly did it.
It was him in the middle of nowhere with the hockey stick.
Yeah.
Is the hockey stick at all integral to the plot?
No.
Does it even come up?
Actually, the one sport thing that does come up is Taekwondo.
They just chose a
Oh, he remembers way more of the movie than I did.
It threw everybody off.
I've seen it like twice.
Steve Daly was in it.
It's a good movie.
He does the voice of Tommy Pickles.
Oh. Like
The only scene I remember is them. There's a scene where they're begging on the side of the road, looking pathetic. He's teaching him how to look pathetic. And then there's another scene where they're with hookers. And the hooker's trying to get his ring off and squirts like hand lotion into his mouth. It's the whole movie's just
okay.
misfire.
Oh well.
It's funny, Ed O'Neill had a story about this. He was
Okay.
like, you know what's weird about this? He was like, he was on Letterman and he was talking about his relationship with John Hughes. He's like, during production and before production, I was getting calls from John Hughes every day with suggestions, how excited he was about the movie. Movie came out, tanked. I never heard from him again. He's like, if I was ever in a bar fight with John Hughes, he'd be out the door.
Oh my God.
Jeez. Guess they're not going Dutch.
Nope.
So, I was trying to think about who we could go with for this month's picks of the month.
Mm.
I figured who was at least my favorite part of the film, Laurence Fishburne. I know we've now seen two of his films for the podcast because we also saw King of New York, but what are all of our favorite Laurence Fishburne films?
Apocalypse Now.
Good choice.
Damn, I was going to pick that one because I didn't want to pick the obvious one that everybody would pick.
What's that? Jim?
Matrix, because I'm gonna pick that one.
All right, you can pick The Matrix.
Hang on. Ah, there it is.
Yeah. Hey, Tris, you might not know Deep Cover might be your favorite when you see it.
I'm about to watch Deep Cover, which is supposed to come out next. That's his next one. So he did King of New York, this, and then Deep Cover, the film that we just bought.
Yeah.
There's Jeff Goldblum in it. We're looking now, trying to see anything that I have seen. Apocalypse Now, obviously.
Mystic River,
Oh, I forgot he's in A Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
the 3.
Then Horizon, right?
Oh,
Wait, who's in Event Horizon?
Yeah, he's the other guy.
Oh, what?
horrible.
I've never seen it though.
I've seen Matrix Reloaded.
I love The Matrix Reloaded and Revolutions. I love all of the Matrices
Why?
because I was a nerdy techno goth kid in high school.
2 and 3.
Yeah, you were a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I genuinely looked into wearing a fucking Neo trench coat into school.
Oh yeah, but then you
Bad
would
taste back then. After the Trenchcoat Mafia, bad taste.
Yeah.
So I don't want to take ones that we've already said. I think by now, this is probably my favorite thing he's done. But I'm going to go with one we may have forgotten. That's 10 years old this year. Contagion.
Mm.
An ensemble cast
that's
is
lame.
kind of forgotten after Kate Winslet and Jude Law and Jennifer L.
He was also in Predators.
I like the
Yeah, he was. He was the crazy guy.
I always forget about Predators.
And
He's back in the Jungle Predators.
I forgot his. How could we forget his role as Perry White in the DC universe?
I don't like him as that. I almost said that. It's not really a film though.
John Wick.
He's
I just like that he's
DC's
there.
J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
John Wick 2 and 3 is back in there.
I've never
Back to
seen
Keanu.
John Wick. Why are you surprised?
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, he was in Osmosis Jones?
Yeah, he was the bad guy. He was
Yeah.
Thrax.
I
I don't even remember that. I don't even.
Uh,
The movie
that's
was like 25 years ago. Yeah, no, he was the bad guy in Moses Jones,
Good movie.
which I think was the first thing I saw / heard him in.
Mm.
oh yeah, he was in Man of Steel. That's right. Yeah, he's Barry White.
You already have. You didn't have one because they both went with the
Yeah, they went with the ones I would have picked, but like, I don't know.
Fine.
I feel like it might be a toss up between the
It's tougher than I thought it would be.
yeah, it is.
How about Cuba Gooding Jr.? His
Uh,
career trip. So,
Radio.
That's kind of a sad movie a little bit.
that's
I think I knew of his other than.
Not Chill Factor. Not Boat Trip.
Chill Factor.
I'm gonna go with Cotton Club because
that's a good movie.
because
Oh, there you go. That's a good movie.
That's a good one. All right. Got some good ones.
It's like I legit I've not seen all of Cotton Club, but like I have seen the Minnie the Moocher bit. Like
Watch the restored version that just came out.
Yeah, he's real good in that. So yeah, that's it for Boys in the Hood. Next month we're gonna head over to August, and we have a pick from Jeff. Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man, a film I bet no one's heard of. Remember to rate and review, comment if you'd like, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out the other stuff we do on the blog. Corey's, what do you call them? Casters,
Underrated gems.
which is part of where we got this. But yeah, I'm excited to find out what this road trip is going to look like next month. So
a disaster.
Thanks for taking this journey with us, everyone.